Hello, my name's Pete Norman, and if you haven't met me before, hello, and if you have met me before, then hi, you already know me, how you doing? And the other guys get a how you doing as well, but sort of a little bit kind of wary because I don't know you. However, I am here to talk to you about DnD Beyond. During lockdown, I started a campaign with my partner's family. I created a stripped down version of Dungeons and Dragons, more akin to the Steve Jackson, Ian Livingstone fighting fantasy books. Sort of stats, less complicated, very, very straightforward, simple fighting rules. And we incorporated into that board games and quizzes and all kinds of bits and pieces within that to create a adventure that characters that we created for them, because we thought they would be hilarious if they were these characters, could go on and they could invest in their characters. So we came to the end of the first lockdown and I was starting to run out of ideas a bit and I was feeling a bit lost. So what I decided to do was, we'll go the whole hog. We'll do the full Dungeons and Dragons thing with the full rules. So I went online and found all the free rules that you can get and all the different sites that give you all the different tips, and the easiest way I could create characters and gift them to somebody else was through the DnD Beyond service that's offered. So I went ahead, I bought some books on there and I subscribed and I started creating campaigns and the characters. Now, some people might find that the character creation process is quite difficult, which it can be, because you've got to make a lot of decisions about the person that you're going to invest probably a good few hours in. And so I thought, you know what, here's a quick guide to that. So here we go. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you find it informative and it helps you through the DnD Beyond website. It's not super complicated, but in terms of the actual process, the bit that's complicated is choosing your character and defining that character as a person, but that is all up to you.
What I'm going to do for you today is quickly guide you through. I'm doing it via mobile, but the process is exactly the same on a laptop, if not a bit easier to read, because there's quite a lot to read. So if you struggle reading on your phone screen, I suggest trying to get a laptop and creating your character there, as there's lots and lots of text to read about your classes and character traits and things like that. But it's pretty simple. So what you need to do is open your preferred web browser, and I'm going to use DuckDuckGo, and then hop to your website, which is www.dndbeyond.com, and you're presented with their first splash page, which is their news page. Now on here, when you go there first time, you're not signed in, you also don't have an account. Now new people will have to make an account, so register, which is at the top right here, you'll see. If you've got an account, you can sign in. It does require a Google Mail address to be able to do this, so I'm just going to quickly boop in here. So I'm going to click sign in with Google, and put in my details. So once you've created your account and logged in, I believe it takes you back to this page, or just go back to dndbeyond.com and start from where I am, so it will guide you through easily. At the top here on the right hand side, you'll see you have a menu button. Just tap on the menu button and we're going to go to collections. So this is the things that you have, and you've got my characters, my campaigns, my encounters. We're going to do my characters, so tap on that one. Now you can see I've got several characters created here, and you as a free user can have 6 characters, I think, that you can create. When I'm doing a campaign, I have you stick as your character, on that campaign, unless your character dies, and then we can introduce another character later on. And so you click create character, and you can do the quick one, you can do the random one, or the standard one. The standard one is the best way to go through, as it guides you through each step and will let you customize your character well. What you want to do here is tick most of the boxes on this to allow you most content. The only content I'm not using in my campaigns is the Rick and Morty content, so you can leave that unticked. And advancement type, I'm using traditional XP advancement rather than the milestone advancement, so change that onto XP please, if you're going to join one of our campaigns. Yeah, so it must say fixed in this box if you're going to join one of our campaigns. And the rest of it you just leave as it is, unless you want to have your character private so no one can search your character on the site. Then go to next. This is where you choose your race. You have access to normally just the basic rules and the player's the basic rules, but that does give you a heck of a lot of characters to choose from. I've got a few more because I've paid for some extra content, and you can opt to do that if you want to. If there's a race that you particularly like, through reading the lore, you can choose. So choose who you want to be. We're going to just choose we'll choose a human, and we'll choose a variant human. So that's what you do. It tells you what you get pluses to, so it says racial traits and ability scores here, and it'll tell you about your languages, tell you about your skills, and then you just hit choose race when you're happy with the race that you've chosen. Next thing is it gives you some things to add on. So you can, as a human, you can speak one extra language. So every time you see a little exclamation mark by a box, you need to click it and choose something from that list. So we're going to choose a language. We're going to say this guy can speak Dwarvish. Then you choose your ability score increase, the next box down, and you choose which thing you want to have boosted. So we'll say he's going to be quite strong, so we're going to boost his strength score, and we'll boost his constitution, so he's going to be more like a fighter, this kind of guy, with strength and constitution upgraded. And again, this one's got an exclamation, so we hit the plus, choose a skill. We'll say he's a strong thief, so he's going to be good at sleight of hand, hiding stuff, that kind of skill set. So he might be a criminal in class. And you choose one feature. Feature will be any of these you can choose. He can be a grappler, so he's good at wrestling people to the ground. Then you choose the class, and we'll probably put him as a let's put him as a ranger, because I haven't chosen one of these before. It gets you a bit about the ranger class. You can click in, you can either choose this one or go back by pressing. You can add class or cancel down the bottom here, and then you can choose which one you want to be. It's going to choose a ranger. Now the class gives you more things to expand upon, so ranger gets proficiencies in something else, so we could bomb some more into stealth, so it would upgrade his ability to nick stuff. He's a ranger, he's on the outskirts of civilization. We could say he knows a bit about nature, and he's going to be quite perceptive, I think, because he's out in nature all the time and looking around, looking out for enemies. He also has, in the next box down, this character, a favoured enemy. So we're going to say he was a giant hunter. So that gives you something advantage checks on those. Advantage I'll explain as we go through the game and play it. Oh, he's got 2. So he's going to hate giants and oozes. And he's also a natural explorer, so this gives him I guess ability to move better through this kind of land. So we're going to say he's a grassland explorer. So it means he can't become lost in it. Yeah, you got some really cool skills to like not get ambushed in grassland, basically. We're not doing any higher class than level 1, so right at the top here you'll see where it says level. We're going in as level 1 characters, and we can advance along from that level, so please don't change level 1 or else the party becomes unbalanced. Next is the ability scores page. This is where you choose where to pour your stats in. We usually use standard array. So standard array lets you click drop downs, and we'll pour it into his strength and constitution because he's going to be a bit of a fighter. Next would probably be dexterity, and then intelligence, wisdom and charisma. So I think it adds to 72. You can do it this way, or you can go in and manual, but we kind of walk on the assumption that there's 72 points to share out. I think there's 72. Yeah, it's 72, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, go through and you can apply these 72 points to whichever stats you want. You can pull them all. I think the maximum you can pour in is 18 to one skill, but that means something else misses out. When you've poured in that highness, that level of points into your skill of strength, that will actually end up being a 3+ on your dice rolls for any strength type attack or checks. And you got dex and con, he's got 2+. So this is what's going to actually happen in game when you're rolling your dice. Next you can choose your background. So we're going to say he's a criminal, this guy. And it does give you some suggested bits and pieces that you can choose. So he's going to know about investigating stuff because he's a criminal, and he's going to be a dice man. He's going to play dice. You can these are kind of little boons to make your character more fleshed out. You can add suggested characteristics. Normally you choose one from each box apart from the top one. You can choose 2 from this box. Then ideals you choose 1, and then bonds you choose 1, and flaws you choose 1, or you can make up your own ones. This bit is kind of more customised to you. This is where you've got to be filling in stuff. So you can choose your alignment, which is how you are aligned in terms of, are you a lawful person, are you against the law, are you evil, are you neutral, are you good. You choose your lifestyle option, which is how well you live when you're in a town. So this is your kind of costings. It affects you later on when you're staying in inns and taverns, etc. Then you got your physical characteristics bit, and this is up to you. This is describing your character. And it does give you your personality bits here. Once you've selected them from above, they'll appear here. Under the next one, you can choose to be affiliated with an organisation. You can choose to have allies. You can choose to have arch enemies. Backstory. Backstory is the kind of one that I suggest you fill in more than any other area, as it will develop your thinking about your character and how your character will behave going forwards. So once you've done that, you hit the next button and we go over. Now, starting equipment or gold, as a first time player, just go with equipment because it's so much easier. Now, you get to choose bits and pieces, so you tick which ones you want. So we're going to be armoured, we're going to have 2 short swords, and we're going to be an explorer. And then you hit add starting equipment. Once it's in your inventory, you can see it says here active items, none, but your inventory's got 15 items, so expand the inventory and you want to hit wield on these, wear your armour, wield your short swords. That's done. The other possessions bit is where you gain stuff along the way, and if you receive a magical item, you can, or an item that I have given you, or the Dungeon Master has given you, you should be able to search for it in this box and it should appear. I will create custom items along the way, and you can find them along the way, but you haven't got anything now. So then you've got you're wearing your clothes, you're wearing your items, you just hit next, and here we are. That's it. You're at your end of creating. You can export to PDF and print a paper copy if you want to, or you just click view character sheet, and this is how you play the game. So you have all your stats there ready to go, and I'll do a little video on playing the game later. Okay, hopefully that's given you a brief sort of guide on how to get into your character, start developing your character's personality and build a level 1 person, and that's what you will need to join the game. Once you've got to that end sheet where it shows all your stats, that is the page that you need every time you come to play at the table. Thanks for watching. Bye.